Welcome back to Dano Does Things. Today I'll show you how to make a super cute froggy felt pincushion. You can download the pattern from the link in the description box below. First, cut out the paper pattern and use it to trace your shapes onto the felt. Cut out 2 eye pieces in white felt. Cut out the 2 pupil pieces in black felt. Cut out the flowers in whichever color you'd fancy. I am going to do purple. Cut out the circular base in green felt, or really any color you'd like. And cut out 2 of the side pieces in the same color as your base. Start with one of the side pieces, the eye pieces, and the pupil pieces. Sew the pupil pieces to the middle of the eye pieces using a black embroidery thread and a straight stitch. Next, using white embroidery thread and a blanket stitch, attach the eyes to the side piece. Now, you can use glue to attach all these pieces together, but since it's a pincushion, it's best to sew them on so you don't have little spots of glue that you can't put your pins through. With both eyes attached, you can arrange the flower pieces and then attach each one with a few French knots. Now, the flowers are just one example of a decoration you can do on your froggy. You can let your mind go wild and put whatever you'd like on it. You can put hearts or stars or any kind of embroidery to jazz up your pincushion. Finally, on this side piece, add a little V-shaped mouth with a simple straight back stitch in black embroidery thread. Then we'll grab the second piece and attach the 2 together along the top side with a blanket stitch in matching embroidery thread. Make sure to start and end your stitches just a little above the bottom edge. Now we will attach the base circle along the bottom opening using the same blanket stitch and same matching embroidery thread. Attaching the circle can be a bit tricky, but just take your time and line it up stitch by stitch and you will get there. Make sure to start at the middle of one of the side pieces, not at the side seam. It'll just make putting the base in a little easier. Sew around the edge until you have a 1 or 2 inch gap left. From there, we'll stuff our pincushion. You can use something like polyfill or what I am using, which is wool roving. You'll want it to be fairly well stuffed, but make sure to leave a little gap at the bottom. Once it's full, we're going to finish the bottom with rice to give it a little more weight. That way it won't get knocked over as easily when you're putting your pins in it. I made this little funnel out of a paper bag and used that to fill the bottom up, making sure to stop and spread the rice around occasionally. To make it easier to sew up, make sure the rice is more on the opposite side of your opening. You can always redistribute it when it's sewn up. Finish sewing up the base and then clean up the rice you inevitably spilt. Now your pincushion is ready for pins and to be your sewing pal. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.